Welcome, nerds and geeks and nerdettes and other players of Elite Dangerous. My name is Commander Daddy-O with the League of Carnage Racing League. Today, this is just a quick video covering what League of Carnage is going to be all about. Basically, racing in Elite Dangerous is a lot of fun, but it's kind of a scattered thing done in a couple of small groups. And what my job or my goal is to bring it all together, give it more public spotlight by basically televising events and getting the word out and bringing in more players for more commanders for racing. Because a lot of times people just don't attend because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what they need. There's a lot of unknowns. So I think if we answered a lot of these questions and made it more common knowledge that I think more people would get into racing and we could have a regular Sunday hangout at the racetrack and with the other dads and that's my goal is that on the weekends there'll be a regular day every weekend where we get together and we race and we set records and so how am I going to do that? Like I mentioned, my original plan is to be basically the ESPN for Elite Dangerous Racing. I'll be live casting events that come up for the different leagues. They'll do the racing and I'll do the televising basically. I'll also be sponsoring races and building racetracks. I've built a couple already, but they're outside of the bubble. But this one right here that you see me coming in on right now is one of six that will be part of a long distance course. It'll be a SRV course and probably also a uh, Viper course. And what you'll do is you'll race from one town to the next. And that's what I'm going to do today is see how fast. Look at that. That's kind of a cool place to put it right there on top of that mountain like that. I really like that. So I'm going to race to the next one. And I'm going to see what kind of time it takes to fly from one base to the other. They're 200 kilometers apart. That's as close as you can put surface establishments in Elite Dangerous. I have 5 of them laid out. I have to finish those before I can place the 6th one. But that's basically that's 1,200 clicks of separation. So I'm probably going to call the SRV version of this race Le Mans, because those of you that know, Le Mans is a 24-hour race. It's an endurance race. You just race and try not to fall asleep and kill yourself. Well, this one won't quite be 24 hours, but it'll be a few hours. Takes about 2 hours to get from one base to another cross country. Although I did pick really nice terrain, so there's a lot of speed hauling, and occasionally you got to pay your dues and cross something like this right here. But most of the time, it's all this wide open ground here to race on. So it's nice high speed racing ground, not 200 kilometers of rough four wheeling. There is four wheeling in every one of these legs, but not a lot of it. Mainly, it's just a lot of zipping around and at a high rate of speed. But it's something that'll keep you busy for a day. Now, for those of you that are seeing this and thinking, man, I really want to do some of that racing, that sounds cool. There is a thing about it. You got to make sure you get ED Copilot. I'll try and post the links here somewhere. You can probably find it just by asking around the community and Googling it. But basically, ED Copilot now has a racing feature in it where you can build races and get them published. And then they go into the main racing forum. And then anybody who has ED Copilot can race that course, post their score, and that's what we're going to use to measure it. So it's not going to be eyeballed. We're not just racing and going, he was first. Nope. ED Copilot will determine the rankings. And one of these races I'm going to build is going to come with a 1,000 tons of gold reward. It's in-game gold. It's not real gold. In-game gold, 1,000 tons for whoever places the highest score in 90 days. So you'll have, once I publish the course, there'll be 3 months for people to race it up and try and set the record. Top score, it's 1,000 tons. And one of the other things I'm going to try to do that I've been checking with other players is getting people to sponsor races. If 1,000 tons works, what will 5,000 tons do? What will 10,000 tons? How many people will come play for 10,000 tons of gold, platinum, or something really valuable? So that's basically the plan. This site is not here to be monetized, is not here for the glory or any of that shallow stuff. It's simply to promote racing, make it a thing that people doing all the time. Now, when I talk about racing, there are several different types. And we're trying to appeal to a wide audience of people. Like this ship that I'm in right now, this very fast little ship, this is a Viper Racer. This is the fastest ship in the game. It'll top out at up to 900 meters per second if you take the shields off and you completely strip it down. It's fast. It's the fastest ship in the game. But this ship represents a lot of work. It takes about 6 engineers or more to engineer a ship like this. Now here we are, we're at the next base. Look at this. We're going to cross over it. So anyhow, a Viper like this requires a lot of engineering. This is for advanced pilots only. This is not something that a new pilot is going to have access to, not by any means. So to that end, we also offer races in SRVs. A lot of the racing groups are also keen to do fighter races as well as stock Sidewinder races. And the reason they do this is because even new people can afford a new Sidewinder. They can afford an SRV. They can afford to buy a fighter bay. But this ship here, this takes at least 1,000 hours to unlock all those engineers. So the Viper racing is not for the new people. It's for the old timers. This is something you got to work your way towards because if you don't have the engineering, you won't get near the speeds that you see with one of these things. And before anybody says this one doesn't seem to be terribly fast, it's because I've got a few extras on it for canyon racing. So when you're canyon racing, you don't actually fly flat out. You'll just wind up getting killed. You want to have some shields and a couple of other little things on there because the canyon's going past you at 900 meters per second. Yeah, you just leave a bug mark. So anyhow, I plan on arranging for a lot of different races. Some I'll sponsor, some will be done by the racing leagues. And there'll be a wide variety so that everybody from the newest noob to the oldest old timer can get in and have fun. I want a mix. I don't want to just restrict this to old timers because most of those guys are all kind of bitter and poopy anyhow. So, anyhow, that's today. I'm going to go ahead and do some more racing. I'm going to keep working on the microphone. I know there's a little bit of an echo to it right now, and I actually kind of like it. I think maybe I'll give it more echo, and who knows. If you're interested in hauling cargo, there's my planet right there. COL 359 Sector X-Ray November Romeo C56. I got 6 planetary systems needing stuff. I'll probably start hauling goods to them later today after I get done with the live streaming, and I'll outfit those. I think it's going to be something like 15 trips worth, 15 fleet carriers worth of cargo to do the first 5 bases. So, but if you're interested in racing at Le Mans, you can always deliver cargo. It does pay a pretty healthy profit, about 1,000,000 credits per load if you're looking. I'm not far from Laxac. This racing track is actually in the bubble. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. I'll talk to you later in the funny pages.